Hey guys, this is Dr. Hub. In case you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. This is a concise, well-crafted summary and it highlights only the important keywords. Decorticate rigidity. So decorticate rigidity is produced by removing the whole cerebral cortex. So remove the whole cerebral cortex but leaving the basal ganglia intact. So basal ganglia, if you see, it will be intact. So what are the features of cerebral and decorticate animals? So there is no features of shock, no features of shock. So all midbrain reflexes, reflex activities are intact. So midbrain reflex activities, they remain intact. Then the rigidity and hypertonia is very minimal. So there is very minimal and it is present only at rest, only at rest. So hopping and placing reactions are severely impaired. So hopping is severely impaired as well as replacing reactions. The striking effect is the inability to react in terms of the past experience. Next is the temperature regulation. It also remains intact. This is intact is the temperature regulation. And the visceral homeostatic mechanisms, they also remain intact. So visceral homeostatic mechanisms, they remain intact. Next is the flexion of the upper limbs and extension of the lower limbs. Lower limb extension. So in case of decorticate posturing, it indicates M3 on the Glasgow Coma Scale. So it is M3 on the Glasgow Coma Scale. Then there is something on a sham rage. Sham rage is when the connection between the cerebral cortex and the hypothalamus is removed. So cerebral cortex and the hypothalamus, the connection between the cerebral cortex and the hypothalamus is removed. This is sham rage and removed by the decortications. So it is removed by decortications. The experimental animal exhibits an outburst of rage or mild peripheral stimulation. So there will be an outburst of rage and this is known as the sham rage. So since the emotions are associated with the rage are absent, and this sham rage is due to the release of hypothalamus. So release of the hypothalamus from the cortical control, and it can be abolished by the lesions of the caudal hypothalamus. So when comparing with the decorticate and decerebrate posturing, the decorticate and decerebrate posturing are both considered the pathological posturing responses to usually noxious stimulus, noxious stimuli from an external and internal source, from external as well as internal source. So both involve stereotypical movements. So there is stereotypical, both have stereotypical movements of the trunk and also the extremities, and are typically indicative of significant brain and also the spinal injuries. To learn and grow daily like this, please do subscribe.